less men in the leadership is profitable.
Our special guest minister.
And they were Nigerian
Models.
Thrift fashion. With this bag and a shoe, it's going well.
You can book through your FIDA. Personally.
ሰላም እንዴት ናችሁልኝ? ወደ አሜሪካ ኤምባሲ ሄድኩ ነው። ጓደኞቼ ኦልሬዲ እዛ ደርሰዋል። እኔ ትንሽ አርፍጃለሁ፣ ግን ፕሮግራሙ ምን እንደሚመስል አብረን እናያለን። አብራችሁን ቆዩ።
Remember, I went to Harvard Business School and I was speaking to MBA students and I was telling them that, Ethiopian Airlines is this, that, these are some of the factors that we succeeded. And there were Nigerian students. After the meeting, they came crying. They said that we didn't know that such a successful African company exists. Yes, we hear they were born in the States. They have never heard of the company. United Airlines is one of the major airlines in the world. The three major airlines in the world are American Airlines. I hope the Americans are very happy. So we have United Airlines and Delta. So to put it into perspective, United per annum, their annual turnover is $50 billion. But when it comes to profitability, if American Airlines or if Delta or if United turns 1 to 2% profit, the CEO would take 50 million to his house. That when it comes to Ethiopian Airlines, our profitability is double digit. It's over 15%. We don't usually know. It should remain in this house. It's 15%, but now with the recent global issue, it has decreased a little bit. But that is the level of success that we really achieve. We have a national culture and we have a corporate culture. Maybe nationally, you might not be expected to report at work at 8. But now with the recent advancement, of course, at Ethiopian Airlines, we start work at 8. So I expect my staff to be at his desk, staring at his computer at 8. It's not the time that you punch or you clock in. So we have a very strong corporate culture. And in most cases, those are different from the national culture that we have. When we recruit individuals, all of us, including myself, we're fresh graduates when we get recruited by the company and had to pass through that rigorous training programs at our own university. So it means internal capability. So internal capacity building is very important for successful companies. We train them and we deploy them. We train our own pilots, we train our own maintenance technicians, we train our cabin crew. This one is our cabin crew, by the way, Barcode. I met her recently, I didn't know that she was our staff. We train our commercial colleagues, we train our airport agents. We plan for 10 to 15 years. In 2004, when we were just small, 12 planes, and not even $300 million turnover, we were planning to be a $1 billion company in 2015. Then in 2015, we have laid out another plan, 2025, Vision 2025, that would see the company to become one of the major players in the aviation industry. And we have worked on Vision 2035. Now we are revising to Vision 2040. So we plan.
Technology is expensive, and if you don't make the right choices, then it's draining public funding. So, for instance, in our project, we borrowed $350 million from the World Bank, and that money belongs to all of us, to me, you, and our children. It's public money. So, if we just squander it away, obviously, we're creating more problems for the next generation instead of creating assets. We're creating a liability. So investments in technology has to be done carefully and with long term in mind. So for instance, we were recently asked, you're spending a lot of money on digital ID, but the kind of data you collect, it has to be led by a strategy. Your public investments in digital have to be done carefully. Technology changes very quickly. AI chips like GPUs that used to cost a lot of money today 1 year later they're not as expensive because a new one has come and it's much more powerful, etc. So investments in digital have to be carefully done. But one thing we cannot really afford to compromise on is, let alone a poor country like Ethiopia, even rich countries cannot afford to do, is creating silos. So investments in digital public infrastructure where systems are interoperable, then you're not making a loss on that one. If you're making a siloed system that does not have interoperability in mind, that does not have the national architecture in mind, then that definitely could be a loss. That also could be translated into these physical digital data centers. In the past, a lot of government agencies used to spend a lot of money to buy servers, to build small data centers here and there. But still, the return on investment was very low. So this digital council is saying, let's consolidate, let's not build small data centers here and there, let's not build systems that are siloed or that are like an island. So I believe if digital is led with a strategy like we're doing it with Digital Ethiopia, with a strong strategy and with carefully measured investments, then the return can be very big. And that's what I believe.
By the way, you can book, when you book your tickets on the mobile app, you can book through your FIDA. Yeah. You can check it through your FIDA as well. So this is the things actually Yodai and I did 2 years ago, close to 2 years ago. So but the update was recently published, maybe 6.
Internal culture is engine of the business. Automation is the new favorite. So my next question will be, how exactly will AI and data change the way Ethiopian business operates over the next 5 years?
AI is, it is transforming how governments do business, how startups do business. Nowadays, if you do like a startup competition, 10 out of 10 startups that come to compete, 9 of them will have something to do with AI. So, but yeah, these established businesses are obviously at risk. The big ones, if you go to Midrock, Ethiopia, and ask them, is AI really changing how you do business as a corporation? Maybe not, because they think we're mining gold, what good is AI? Or we have a real estate, what good is AI? But it will knock on every industry, including the airline. Any industry you can think of. They either will take advantage of it, or they will lose to the competition who's taking advantage of it. The second one is payment. Payment interoperability, we've done a tremendous job in Ethiopia. The past 5 years, for the first time in our history, we have now less cash movement and more digital electronic transactions happening. It's so many fintechs. You cannot even count the number of fintechs there are. Even the banks themselves are really going very hard. Now a lot of banks have super apps. A few months ago, I remember Dashen has super app now. A lot of banks have a super app. So a super app by itself is also a marketplace. It will create a lot of new startups to flourish on top of that platform. So the second piece we're doing right. The ID piece also, in my opinion, obviously we're doing right. And the third piece is the data exchange piece, or the interoperability piece, which Digital Ethiopia 2030, the current strategy we're working on, is heavily focusing on. But unless you automate and unless you start really leveraging these amazing AI tools that you have at hand, data is gold, and the one that has more data will win. Ethiopian Airlines, yes, it's an airline company. You need more aircrafts than data, but you also need data, probably as much as you need aircrafts. So the one who can really leverage the data, not just collect data, but make intelligent decisions based on the data will win.
We would like to bring all of you to the conversation. Who would like to go first with the question? Okay.
Customers. Once you enter to the aircraft, things are changed, I know, because they are very polite and everything. They give good experience for their customers. But with the other offices, I don't know how. Do you work integratedly with them to deliver good experience for your customers? Do you give them trainings? I don't know how you work with them. Otherwise, see your brand fail because of these people? Thank you.
We have a lot of stakeholders, but the most important thing that I would like to address, that will also create some clarity, is when we assess the touch points, it will also include the level of service that these stakeholders are providing at the airport, by the way. And good that you said 2 years back, because we have had so many improvements in the last 2 years. In fact, I personally have engaged and participated in delivering customer service trainings for immigration agents, customs agents, and these agents, security personnel. So we do provide trainings.
Thank you. I want to ask a question for those in example. For Nadame, as we all know, there is low number of women participants on STEAM or technology fields because of some social or economical barriers. So what advice would you give to young women who may be interested in technology but don't feel themselves represented in it? And also, how is the women participation in your company system? And I want to ask for Ati Samson. You mentioned that Ethiopian Airlines' strong culture of discipline and professionalism has been a key factor in its success. As a manager who sometimes struggle to build that system in my own team, I want to ask what specific practices or systems and leadership approaches have you been using to achieve such a strong corporate culture, and what advice would you give to managers who are trying to create similar culture in their organizations? Thank you.
So on the first question on women, the last time on March 8th, in our office, I was making a little speech and was doing research around corporations and women in leadership. And it's an actual research, it's not from ChatGPT. It says corporations that have a majority women or a good number of women in the leadership position, like in the chief executive positions, for example, they make a certain percentage higher profits compared to a male majority leadership. So in bringing, having less men in the leadership is profitable. That's what the study shows. So in FIDA also we do practice it. We have a lot of women in our leadership because sometimes men, they get emotional. People think it's women who get emotional, but in work situations, women oftentimes make good decisions. But it's good to have a balance in the leadership position for the success of any corporation, private or government. But how would the digital economy empower women? For instance, with FIDA, who brings them from a big market and sells them, she runs out of money and she has to feed a family. But if she can't get instant credit because she has a credit history, she has a digital trade, that means she can feed her family without having to go around begging for money. That's human dignity. So for women entrepreneurs, for small business owners, for low-income families, digital economy is there. The digital economy is important for these groups, not for the big, for the high income, not for the high earners. For those who can easily access finance by calling the bank CEO. It's not for those people that the digital economy serves. So obviously women definitely can.
The woman question would have been very much interesting for me to answer because I have 5,000 women cabin crews and many pilots as well. And for the last almost 8 years, we have been operating all women function or all women operated flights to some of our destinations. When it comes to your question, it's a very important question. Well, you have to do maybe a couple of things to really instill that culture. First, you have to show by example. You should personify, the culture that you want to exhibit in your employees, obviously. If the manager or if the leader doesn't really perform as expected, or if he is not willing to settle for those cultures that he wants to aspire to instill in his organization, that is the first wrong thing to do. So culture can be built by you showing them, or you showing yourself as an example, showing up so early, if that is what that he wants to build. consistency, doing it every day, not whenever you feel doing it, but you have to do it every day. Redundancy, that's how you build culture, right?
Question is for Mr. Samson. COVID time, you achieved a great in the northern part of America. What was the key to change the disadvantage to advantage at that time?
I'll ask a very interesting question. During COVID, Ethiopian Airlines was actually one of, not few, one of the 3 airlines in the entire world that managed to turn profit. How we did it is actually, it's short of a miracle, obviously. I was in Canada during. We know that, we will not get government bailouts. Like the big, we call the big boys in the industry. American Airlines are getting, COVID relief. European carriers are getting billions and billions of dollars, but we can't. During the time we have had, I think we had close to 17,000 employees, and you can imagine, the people behind their back, right? The families that they support, their parents, their wives, and everything. So we can't afford really to close down shop. And I remember while we were hiring, I was in Canada, I was hiring because of the workload. We were repatriating so many people from the entire world. Air Canada has fired 20,000 employees. That same day, I hired 2-3 people from Air Canada. While they were firing, we were hiring. So we always believe that it is in our DNA. We always believe that challenges would continue to exist. It's inevitable to live without challenges. But we focus on the solutions. We focus on the things that would benefit or that would help us to change those challenges into opportunities.
Mr. Idahi showed us the national infrastructure and digital ID build the necessary foundation of trust, while Mr. Samson proved that the scaling successfully ultimately relies on culture, empathy, and customer care. Huge round of applause for both of our panelists, please. Huge round of applause for our special guest, Ms. Yergalam. She is Miss World Ethiopia, Cultural Ambassador, Human Advocate, and Marketer. She is also a founder of Crown of I2, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. It really means an honor to be standing in front of you today, especially after they have an amazing experience sharing, and also what I have experienced right now was such a life-changing thing, and I'm so thankful for that. My name is Ruth Yergalam. I am Miss World Ethiopia 2026. I have been in the modeling industry for the past 6 years. I have competed in different beauty pageants, such as Miss Addis Ababa, Miss International Ethiopia, Miss World Ethiopia. I also got the chance to go to the Philippines, by the part of Ethiopian Airlines, of course. And I won for the 3rd runner-up representing Ethiopia internationally for Miss Supermodel Worldwide. But currently, I'm holding a title that says Miss World Ethiopia, which is about beauty with a purpose. Now, these 2 leaders have shown us a lot of things. They have educated us about infrastructure, innovation, global commitments, global trade, and everything. But just to come and would like to bring this a bit to a human version and what it means for the younger generation and how I understand it. As a woman who was raised not in a very huge opportunity we got, but the thing is, as a woman, as a girl who have a big dream to represent her country internationally and getting the chance to get it, a lot of people do ask questions like, how did she get it? How did she make it happen? So their answer is more of, maybe it's a chance, maybe it's a talent, maybe it's a luck. But I can say it's a consistency, it's also a hard work. Today when I stand in front of you winning the Miss World Ethiopia title, I have failed, or let me say, failing cannot be the right word, but I have competed 10 times for a pageant to make it all the way up here. I failed a lot of times. I've been first runner-up, I have been 2nd runner-up, I have been best talent. I sing, by the way. One day I'll sing for you. But between all those times, I have passed all this, and when I think about it, people do see our title, people do see our crown, photography, achievements, results, but people, what they don't see is what we came from, you know, what we have struggled, what we were looking for, an opportunity, motivation, people were trying to push us forward. They don't see that. What they see is only the achievements. I don't think success is the way for our leadership. I believe success comes from failure and struggle. I think leadership is not only a title, leadership is about influence, it's about getting the courage of to do something even though your heart is very feeling hard inside, your guts and everything. But what I believe is it's giving opportunities for others to lead. But also, I believe in women and children because there are times that I have struggled as a woman, as a children, just like I told you. And it always have to be, you have to believe in yourself even when the world is not ready to believe in you. So that's how I see when the things happening. There are times I say, I have a big dream, but also, am I supposed to achieve it? How am I going to do it? Am I going to have the chance? Am I going to be motivated about it? Who's going to be supporting me or beside me? And there are a lot of questions that comes beside me, and this is why empowerment is more than encouragement, because empowerment is education, empowerment is more of access and opportunity, an opportunity that we need, that people could have gave us to show our capability for others. And also, when I'm on my duty, it could be when I'm doing my marketing, it could be when I'm representing my beautiful country, Ethiopia, internationally. It could be about culture, since I'm the culture ambassador also. I'm a coffee cupper, by the way. So, so it could be also when I'm working on coffee or when I'm advocating about women and children, there's always one thing that I learned. And it's very simple because a success is simply a very small thing. If you're always thinking about yourself, a success has to be something big when you uplift others and let others grow within you. Otherwise, success is just a very simple thing. And that's why we need entrepreneurship, and that matters a lot. When I come to entrepreneurship, people think that's just creating a business, but sometimes you have to see what's the problem, what do we need? And we have to get the courage of seeing an existing solution for a business and getting the courage to build a business. Today, we have a lot of opportunities such as the digital market, such as Ethiopian Airlines here, such as Ato and I will say that the digital world is now expanding and we're doing a lot of things as Ethiopians. And also a young woman today can say, I can brand my own brand, like I can do this, I can do that. Nothing is limiting me geographically or anything because we have everything on our hand. And also, when I come to Ethiopia, Ethiopia is one of the developing countries currently, and it's always surprising the world what we are capable of doing. And also, Ethiopia has already have remarkable stories such as our ministers, governments, young leaders, entrepreneurs, such as athletes, musicians, of course, models like me. And we have a lot of things being achieved every day, all around the world. And it really means a lot, isn't it? So when I come to my point, achieving great things every day is something we do need. This always motivates me and inspires me to do and to know what's Ethiopia ahead and what's coming for us. It always inspires us what to do in the future. And also, I believe we are not only building a system for Ethiopia, but we are also building an infrastructure and opportunities for young people and young generation for just like us. So what would my message be is be consistent, keep shining, keep growing, keep knowing for yourself. Of course, something doesn't have to be perfect all the time, but it has to be consistent. When we are consistent, we will be achieving our dream one day, and it's going to be remarkable. And I believe that entrepreneurship, motivation, and everything doesn't have to leave a room when a person is talking. When they leave the room, it doesn't have to be gone with them. It has to be impactful, that it has to be staying in people's mindsets forever. And one thing I would like to say, I didn't ask earlier, but for Mr. Renayo maybe, since I'm working on women and children, I'm not only proudly representing Ethiopia, but one day I hopefully believe that we will work on women and children on this digital thing, because behind doors, kids are struggling. I believe education, of course, it's powerful. Food is, of course, it's powerful. We need these things, but the only thing that matters is the mental health. If a children is not getting the peace from the family side, from whatever we're going through. I was traveling schools and I have learned that kids are struggling in silence and I need to be voice for them. They need to be heard, and I'm here to be voice for them. So one day we were going to be innovating a big army with artificial intelligence, and we can help these children. One of the stories that the children, like a child told me, is that they were literally 13 and 14, but they are not only being sexually abused, not only by a stranger, but also by a family member. And these are the things we need to take action of. And thank you for your time.
Our session today is done almost. We'll be having a picture over here with our panelists and organizers. Then you will be joining the group picture. Thank you all for your time and thank you for joining us here. Thank you. Have a good evening.
everybody ዛሬ አሜሪካን ኤምባሲ ነው የምንገኘው። we had a summit so fit check ነው ማድረግላችሁ። I'm wearing blue pants with a white sweater እና ከላይ ደግሞ with this coat. I saw this in Pinterest color combination ከPinterest ነው የወሰድኩትኝ። ሶስት color combine ስናደርግ it gives us that graceful look. So I did that with this bag and a shoe. Thank you. My fit check will be my shoes ከኮቴ ጋር match ያደርጋል and this with this also and matching you know equally ነው ያደረኩት እና this coat ከቀይ ቡኒ trouser ጋር it's going well ይዋሃዳል እና I like that so rate my look guys okay so guys I'm going to ask you both of you ማለት ነው fun quick fire questions like በፈጠነ የምትመልሱልኝ አታስቡም ምናምን ማለት ነው ወዲያው ነው የምትመልሱልኝ so I'm gonna start heels or sneakers
heels
runway or photo shoot
runway
runway is the best New York or Paris
Paris
New York glam makeup or natural look glam
it depends it depends
choose
Ashi I'll go with natural lemon I have an answer
no
I have to explain. Well,
no you don't have to explain this is a quick question okay fashion week or magazine cover
magazine cover
fashion week
because the magazine cover stays a lifetime
no explanation I'm sorry
all right
morning photo shoot or night photo shoot
night
photo shoot
night photo
okay solo shoot or group shoot
group shoot
is the best wow okay
yeah especially
black outfit or color outfit
black
all the way black that's crazy you look like twins actually studio shoots or outdoor shoots
outdoor ooh we're really clicking
catwalk or commercial modeling
catwalk I will go with commercial modeling for this
designer brand or thrift fashion
thrift fashion I mean it depends as well again
no explanation please Instagram or TikTok
Instagram
always overdressed or always underdressed
overdressed
okay thank you for now
That's a good question.
So ዛሬ እንደሚታወቀው we were in American Embassy እና ሩቲም ስፒች አድርጋለች but guess who's late?
ባለፈው እኔ ነው አኪዩስ ያደረጉኝ ነበረው
guess who's late? Yeah, so
Stay here. I'm sorry. I need to be beautiful.
ሁሌ ምን ይባላል መሰላችሁ ቶሎ ተገኝታችሁ አስቀያሚ ከምትሆኑ be dressed good and be late is እንትን so now we're going to ask our experiences እዛ ላይ ያሳለፍነውን ኤክስፒሪየንሶች መጀመሪያ ከሩት እንጀምራለን
የትኛው
ከሩት እንቀጥላለን ከኔ እንቀጥላለን so መጀመሪያ ሩት ይርጋለም she gave a speech about women empowerment and so many good points now by the way ያነሳችሁ I'm so proud of you by the way ደግሞ like መጨረሻ ላይ ያነሳችሁ point it was the best about the digital I'm not going to give you ideas. I'm not going to give you her ideas. You're going to see it at work, is she? So, Ruth እንጠይቃት. So Ruth እንዴት ነበር እስቲ about like the whole experience speech ሰጪ ፍርሃቱ everything እንዴት ነበር ንገሪኝ?
The thing is እኔ ማይክ መያዜ እኔ ጥያቄው እየጠየቅኩ ያለው በመስለው ግን I think ብዙ ነገር ተምረንበታል ብዬ አስባለሁ especially የኢትዮጵያን innovation ምን ላይ እንዳለ በደንብ መረዳት ችለናል especially artificial intelligence especially the spirit of Africa Ethiopian Airlines ስለሱ ብዙ ነገር አውቀናል ተምረናል especially what are the plan futures ሚሊዮን ብዙ ነገሮች አይተናል and also እኔ ካረኩት ስፒቾች መካከል ደግሞ ስለ women አንስተናል ስለ consistency ምን ያህል work እንደሚያደርግ ስለ motivation entrepreneurship leadership Ethiopian trade ብዙ ነገር ነው ሜንሽን አድርገን ያወራነውና I think within short time I think 2 ሰዓት በሚሆን ሰዓት ውስጥ ብቻ ብዙ ነገር አውቀን ተምረንበት ነው ያለፍነውና it's a good experience like I was very impressed ዊንታ በጠየቀችው ጥያቄ ምክንያቱም it's something like ብዙ ሰዎች ጋር ማይጠየቅ ጥያቄ sorry it's more of like women wise management ላይ marketing ላይ እናንተ ሴክተር ላይ ሴቶች ምን ያህል ነው የሚሰሩት ምን ያህል ሞቲቬት ታደርጋላችሁ ሴቶችን ምናምን በጣም amazing የሚባል ጥያቄ ነው ያነሳችሁና I also want to say I'm proud of you girl yeah I think we should go to the route Y I'm route Y route B
yeah another B by the way like there's an artist called Ruby so I'm going to be the second one so I'm proud of my 2 girls behind the camera I was like woo, that's my 2 girls so I was proud of የምር ማለት ነው እንደዚህ you know I love to see women like የምር ነው ማለት I'm happy በቃ ሴቶች እንደዚህ የልባቸውን ሲያወሩ ስቴጃቸውን ሲጠቀሙ ሀሳባቸውን ሲገልጹ I'm very proud and I love being the part of it መሆኔ በጣም I'm proud yeah
እኔም በጣም ፓርት ኦፍ ኢት በመሆኔ በጣም ደስ ብሎኛል አንደኛ ነገር ሩቲ እንደዚህ ሰው ፊት ቆማ እንደ እንግዳ ቀርባ like it was our dream so እዛ ላይ ደርሳ ራሷ ስፒች መስጠት መጀመሯ በጣም I'm so proud ሁለተኛ ነገር እኔም ትንሽ እንደዚህ የመጠየቅ ምናምን ነገሮች ፍራት አለኝ እሱን ተጋፍጬ ጥያቄ ጠይቄያለሁ necessary የሚባል ጥያቄ በያሰብኩትን ጠይቄያለሁ I'm proud of myself too ሌላ ደግሞ ለጓደኛችን ሩት she was following us around recording እና በጣም supportive በመሆኗ thank you ሩቲ ለማለት ፈልጋለሁና it was a good experience በጣም ደስ የሚል ነበር ላከ
የጾመኛ ምግብና የማይጾም ምግብ cheers
healthy meal healthy friends